Everybody, and welcome to Outta Curiosity with Mz.ChiGurl. I'm your host, Mz.ChiGurl. You know how I like to start my videos by giving you a glimpse of what I'm wearing. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Super Bowl halftime show, and unfortunately, I don't have any sports gear. I'm not into the sports, so I decided to put on what I call a date top. I don't know if any of you ever watched this movie called Must Love Dogs. This woman just got a divorce. She was in her 40s. And so she was starting over, and her sister was giving her some advice as to what she's supposed to wear. And so she said, "You got to wear the tops that are, cut so that you can see your boobies." Well, that's what I'm wearing. I'm sorry. I figure that if I was watching football, the only way I would watch it is if I was with a significant other because I don't like football at all. And besides that, for me to watch the halftime show, I mean, I'll watch it if it's an artist that I particularly like. Otherwise, yeah, I would have to be making a sacrifice for somebody I liked. Anyway, so I'm glad that you're here with me. And I hope you enjoyed my account of or recount of the Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA. So, did you guys enjoy it? I mean, I was really ticked, I think, because this year it was late to me because last year, like every year, I figure it comes on about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Last year I tuned in at 7 o'clock and the halftime show had already begun. So I missed Usher and I was pissed. I was so pissed. And then this year, this halftime show didn't start until like around 7:30. And so I had to sit there freaking watching all this football crap that I don't care about. But let me tell you, it may have been worth it a little bit because I got to see this one player named Jalen. What did I looked up his name is Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, number one. It looks like he's the quarterback. Anyway, that mofo was fine. He reminds me a little bit of Taylor LaPlay. You might know him from what was that show? It was about strippers. P Valley. That's it. So he reminds me a little bit of him. Anyway, I got to see him, and I was like, "Huh." I'm in heaven. So, long story short, I'm glad I got to see that part of it. But as far as the halftime show itself, I was a little disappointed. I have to say because I am a Kendrick fan, and actually I liked him. I'm gonna say that his first album has the most songs that I like. I mean, like that swimming pool song. Oh my God, that low. I don't know if you call it a bass line or groove or whatever you call it, where it was doom 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 doom. That is my ish. I played that for the longest time in my car, and it was always while I was taking long drives. That seemed like a long drive time to come home. And he'd be like, "I then pulled up." Anyway, that was my ish. And then he talks about how he um grew up in the back room. Anyway, back to my point is that he talked about that he had some ties to Chicago. Apparently, his grandfather, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, his grandfather was in Chicago, even though he was from LA, and so he would come to Chicago, I guess, to visit. And so that was one of my songs, and Itch Don't Kill My Vibe. Oh my God. When I discovered that song, I was playing that all the time, and I'd be telling people, B, don't kill my vibe. I say all that to say that I was disappointed that he didn't play. any of the songs from his first album. He did play songs from his Pulitzer Prize winning album, Damn. He played Humble and DNA, which are my jams. So I was happy to hear that. And then, of course, he played Scrabble. I think I'm saying it right. Scrabble Up. It's actually called Scrabble, but I'm saying Scrabble Up because he does say that. And then towards the end, he did play what everybody was waiting to hear, which was Not Like Us. And so that was nice. But I was underwhelmed. I don't know. What about you guys? Tell me in the comments. What did you think about it? I thought it was a mediocre performance. Like, I think even Beyonce's halftime performance on Christmas was way better than this. And so I don't know if Kendrick is an artist who's mastered the art of performing on stage yet. That's fine. It'll come in time. I'm just saying I was just a little underwhelmed. Like when you see something like I saw at Christmas, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not like Beyonce's country album. She has like two songs I think I like off that album, but other than that, I could care less about that album. I consider myself a Kendrick fan because I mean he has a lot of like features on other people's songs. Oh, and not to mention he did do two songs with SZA, which I like. So I enjoyed that, but it was like each song was like 50 seconds to a minute. So, and it wasn't even 20 minutes. Like I was looking for a whole 20 minutes like you see with most people. And I think if he would have included his first album, he could have hit that 20-minute mark because Kendrick actually has a lot of hits. Let me actually talk about the performance itself because I haven't even gotten into that. So I appreciated how they had the old school car, low riders, I think that's what they're called. And so he had one of those cars, and then all his dancers came out like clowns in a circus. They all came out of this little car. And I mean, not that the lowriders a little car, but I'm saying what it's like 20, 30, 50 dancers, and they all came out this car. So that was cool. Then he performed, his different songs. Oh, and I forgot this. The narrator of his performance was Samuel L. Jackson, who played Uncle Sam. So that was cute. I thought that was, amusing. And especially, I mean, like, dang, Sam is getting old. I remember the first thing I ever saw him in, I want to say, was Coming to America, where he played the hold up man at McDowell's. And seeing him from there to now, and mind you, he already looked old back then. And that was what, 88 when Coming to America came out? And then to see him now in 2025, he's starting to age. So it is what it is. We're all aging. Look at me. I'm 50 with silver white streaks all throughout my hair. Anyway, so I appreciated Samuel L. Jackson and his narration and throughout the performance. It helped to, I guess, give Kendrick time to get into place for each performance. So he did Scrabble, like I said. Then he did Humble, it looks like. He did Humble, then he did DNA. He also performed, now this I thought was nice. He had a setup where it was like he was under a street light, and there were a bunch of guys, young men in uh, white t-shirts and jeans, and they were singing almost like a doo-wop beat. And so I thought that was a nice ode to, the back in the day kind of thing while he was rapping. Because usually you don't see anybody rapping to doo-wop. So that was interesting. Then he had this one set design where it looked kind of like a cipher. And he had all these dancers in white dancing during the cipher. He was singing this song called Peekaboo. So then from there, Samuel L. Jackson comes back and he's like, you got to slow it down for the people. You can't do this, you can't do that. So then he slows it down and they play If This World Was Mine, but only because he sampled that in this song he did with SZA. I need to look it up and see what the name of that song is because I've heard it, but I never knew the name of it. So I do need to look it up. And then from the song that sounded like If This World Were Mine, he went into All the Stars, which was from the movie Black Panther and was on that soundtrack. And that was one of my good songs from him too. I love that song. Like when Black Panther came out, I was jamming that song in the car as well. Then from the slow songs, Samuel was like, "There you go, slow it down for the people, give them something that they can listen to." And then you start hearing Not Like Us, which was a nice, because I was at first, there was all this stuff in the media that was saying that the NFL may give him a hard time about um, performing Not Like Us because of the lyrics. But while I was waiting for them to show the halftime show, they kept playing Kendrick is coming up soon. And they would go, dun, 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 dun. They kept playing that. And so I was like, it would be crazy as heck if they did not play Not Like Us after playing it all night, knowing that everybody's looking for that song. They just happened to make it last. And so he played that. And during his performance, you had a special guest appearance by Serena Williams. And she was doing her crip walk, because she's from LA too. So she was getting her walk in. And she did a good job. I appreciated her and everything. But that was pretty much it for the halftime show. I think that if we could have, like I said, got a few more songs out of Kendrick, especially from his first album, he even had Poetic Justice, but maybe he couldn't do Poetic Justice because I think he did that one with Drake, and he and Drake are beefing. So, never mind. He can't do Poetic Justice. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for showing up tonight and listening to my review of the Super Bowl halftime. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I have been listening to all of your feedback and thank you. Again, I'm going to say it. I know about the background. You guys are not hot about the background. I'm working on it. And the next thing I'm hearing is about my head phones. Um, I don't know what to tell you. Most of the content creators on here do use headphones. So I'll see if I can switch to maybe some smaller earbuds so that it's not so distracting to you guys or something. But I am listening to your feedback, and I want to thank the 3 people who are definitely hanging in there with me. Right now I have 8 subscribers. Thank you to all of you. Yay! But 3 of you are repeat watchers, and you've been watching most of my videos, and I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging in there with me while I'm trying to get this channel together. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Thank you for hanging in there. And again, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.